You want answers?
What's that going to set up?
We gotta go to work.
It's the Strat Attack Show. But we're always wondering what the next two is.
Holy shnikes, it worked.
That's something I want to know about.
What's your name, scumbag?
Strat Attack Show.
We're on a mission from God.
Here's Rob Smith. Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith. This is Smith in the Black, and it's Tuesday. It's the Strat Attack Show where we get in the urban assault vehicle and see what's going on. So, if nothing, I'm repetitive. And so let's take a look. And we know the Spy has been coming down, that big 3-day, and then the Momo shooter here today. So we know we're coming in the end of the month. And we've been talking about this for a while, the potential Rev Strat month. And you can't stress that enough, if that starts to kick in. So if we look at the weekly, like I said, I'm repetitive. So as we close out the week, we still got 3 days. Are we going to be closer to taking out this to the downside and coming Rev Strat through all here, or can we 2-2 back up to start the new month? So right now, things are a little precarious. So we go to QQQ, also on the not a Rev Strat, but potentially the closer to being a 2-up, 2-down month, right? And the diamonds, Rev Strat, small cappers. So it could be the September to remember, but, things got to confirm and do all that kind of stuff. So, we're not going to waste too much time because we want to get through. We've got a couple earnings. We've got CrowdStrike. We've got Broadcom coming out. And then we got a long weekend. So the question is, too, when you have a long weekend like, Labor Day is like, you want to hold them over the weekend now, do you? So we're going to find out. But let's close this month out tomorrow and see what's going on. But here's all the a lot of potential stuff. So the airlines, and I know they're a little boring, being stuck in all of here, kind of like Boeing, but you've got potential Rev Strat here to the downside, American Airlines. But the good thing is, if there's a good thing, that these 2 months are trapped in here. So if you can take out this month's highs, these become a compound inside bar. If this was a 2-month chart, this would be inside of that, right? So that'd be the positive. If not, boom, you take her down, and you've got a bunch of friends over there, Delta, potential Rev Strat downside. You got United Airlines inside month, Alaska here. And also what that can tell us is like our pandemic stock's about to go back down. Because you have like Wynn Resorts, also potential Rev Strat to the downside. So we can keep an eye on all that kind of stuff. If we go to SQ here, also setting up the Rev Strat month there if they want to keep pounding these things, because we had a lot of potential for these inside months to the upside, but as we're seeing them fail, essentially, or at least weakening, it makes it coming up real interesting here for September. DraftKings, you got some distance, but it would be a Rev Strat if you can take that out. It had these 3 months, and actually got 4 months of highs. But then ever since backing off. So it's got a little bit of distance to take that out. But one of the important parts is if all these things that are really close to doing it start triggering, then you can look at the things that are getting closer to or further to trigger to reconfirm that move. So if we go to net, and that's got some distance here too. That's still a good move to Rev Strat. But that's what I'm saying is that with all these things so close to doing it, then we can keep an eye on these things that aren't close to doing it, but would be Rev Strat if they kick in, because that would reconfirm and make things worse. If we go to PayPal, inside month, shooter, potential Rev Strat month. If we go to Coop, here, inside month, and all real close to taking this out, all the way back down, Coop. If we go to Airbag and Bag, here, inside month, shooter, boom, 1, 2, 2, and much closer to taking out that downside. If we go to some financials, you got like Blackstone BX setting up the Rev Strat monther. You've got Capital One with DFS. Now, so the good thing about Capital One is see this mother bar here, which is before a 1, right? If you can take that out, these would be a 2-month inside pattern. So, I always like to paint all the picture. We've been saying, all right, we're real close to getting killed here, but what would it look like if we don't, right? And so we'll be looking at inside months. And as I said at the opening, SPY on the weekly, next week, if we can take that out, that would get my attention. That would get my attention on the upside. So, we're always willing to go both ways. If we go to ICE. Oof. Ow. So there's potential rev strat there as well. DocU here, and DocU, that inside month, now coming back down through. D-Dog. Oof. And if we go to W, Wayfair, also setting up the rev strat month. And then if we go to like Meta, so far still inside. It wouldn't take that much to take it out tomorrow, but these two inside of this, and they tried to rally, couldn't do it. Let's hit them. If we go to Roku, inside month, still can't get her going. Right? So far, still can't get it going. If there's anything that we talked about, it's the Energies XLE. Did go 3-2-2 to the upside. Has backed off with this recent market weakness, but is nowhere close to a reversal on the monthly. So, as we saw yesterday when the energies were strong, to say, are these guys going to be strong enough to hold everything up? Well, that's yet to be seen because as we back off, now XLE is nowhere near taking out the highs or the lows of the month. So even if that stalls out, then everything else could get crushed, but we'll see how that goes. And you got stuff like Devon here, the 3-2-2, a little closer to taking out those highs, and Fang Energy here, still the 3-2-2, just backing off with the market this week. So let them position square coming into the end of the month, and then we want to see how close we are to the next two. We always want to do that because Fang, stuff like that, when we close out the week, are we closer to 2 down in the week? Now we are, right? But we'll see. We still got 3 days in the week. So that's so far the hope. We're just going to let them close out, see how many things are closer to the next two on the monthly. What triggers, and does other things continue to trigger, or do they negate it with those weeklies going back up next week? All right, let's go for this week. I'm Rob Smith, Smith the Black, Strat Tech.
You've been listening to the Strat Attack Show.
It's over.
That looks like I'm running out of time again.
You ever seen a grown man naked?
And now for something completely different.
Yeah. Did you get that memo?
Let's go to Billy Baroo.
Oh, Billy.
Here's where they're buying.
Oh, behave.
Here's where they're selling.
Oh, righty.
I'd keep an eye on this. Is that a problem? It is.
You just don't turn it off.
I'm Rob Smith.
I hate Illinois Nazis.
I'm Smith in the Black with the Strat Attack.